Did they really take away the peanuts and the pretzels?
I think it is I think it's a COVID-related restriction. But they served no drinks and they did not hand out any food.
Oh.
Yep. Who knows? I mean, they keep changing the policies. All right, gentlemen, my name is Robin Ramsay. I'm a judge and magistrate for the county. These are our magistrate arraignments for Thursday afternoon, December 30th, 2021. Almost to 2022. These are recorded proceedings. I tell you that for a couple of reasons. Probably first and foremost, that if you say something that might affect your case, you would probably want to avoid saying that at this time because it is recorded. We also have them recorded for the purposes of our own court records. So other than that, though, part of my job is just tell you what you're charged, your rights, and your bond. Bond, of course, being which you have to post with the court of the county before they let you out of jail. And once you pay it, you can go, but you do have to come back for court at a later date and time. If you don't come back for court, they'll issue another warrant for your arrest and kind of start all over again. So make sure you make your court appearances by posting your bond. You have not completely taken care of the cases. You can post it in cash in full if you have that kind of money. Most people don't. So they go through a bondsman. Bondsman charge percentages, usually between 10 and 25% in total amount, but it really depends on whatever you can work out of the bondsman. Most of you, in fact, I think almost everyone here today had a bond that was preset by a court in which the court case has been filed. That means I can't change it. I can't reduce it, not at this stage at least. So you would have to have your attorney contact the court. And a few of you today have a no bond. And that's typical because you either fail to appear for a court date, particularly out of a felony court, or there's a probation violation. Again, you'll need to talk to your attorney to get that changed if there is no bail. But just because there is no bail currently doesn't mean it stays that way. Other than that, you certainly still all have your same constitutional rights. You still have the right to remain silent. You do not have to talk to police at all because anything you say can and probably will be used against you later on. So you still want to be careful what you say. If you start to make a statement to the police, you can always stop at any time. You do not have to continue to talk. You have the right to speak with an attorney, have an attorney present during questioning, have the attorney represent you at trial and in court. And if you cannot afford to hire your own attorney, Denton County will appoint and pay for an attorney for you. Or if it's a warrant from a different county, then that county would appoint and pay for an attorney for you, but only when you're truly indigent. Indigent's more than just that it's going to be difficult for you to hire an attorney. It means you really can't because you don't have any source of income, family, friends. You don't have any access to any funds. In other words, there's just no way that you can afford to hire your own attorney, or from a practical standpoint, post your bond. But more importantly, it is so that you need you have absolutely no money to hire an attorney, either now or even if you did post bond. If that's the case, we're going to have you fill out one of our affidavits or processes. Try to get your court-appointed attorney. Just make sure you fill it out completely and fully, showing that you are in fact to court-appointed attorney. In certain cases, we may actually interview you for that information, but it does need to be a truthful statement. Because if it's not truthful or complete, it could be prosecuted as a separate form of perjury. So just make sure you fill it out completely. But if the county deems that you're indigent based on our standards and criteria, then we will assign or appoint a court-appointed attorney, although you typically won't be talking to a court-appointed attorney until probably Monday or Tuesday of next week at the earliest. They have 2 to 3 days after date of appointment to contact you. And since we're coming up on a holiday weekend, it might be an extra day or so. If you're here on a warrant from a different county and you're claiming to be indigent, we'll notify that county of your claim. That county will begin their processes. They may send us some information or ask us to get some information regarding your finances. But if they deem you to be indigent, they will also appoint or assign you a court-appointed attorney, although you typically won't talk to a court-appointed attorney from a different county until you're either in their custody, or sometimes the attorneys from other counties will contact you while you're still here. Or if you bond out, you can go see them before court. If you're here on a felony grade offense and you're unable to post your bond after a reasonable period of time, you can also ask the court to release you without posting bond at an examining trial. That really only applies to felonies, only when you have able to post your bond and only when there's not been a grand jury indictment returned first. If you're here on a Class B misdemeanor for more than 15 days, Class A misdemeanor for more than 30, or a felony charge for more than 90, and the case has still not been filed with and the state has not announced ready for trial, you can also ask to be released on a personal bond. Personal bonds don't mean you don't have to show up. They do. You still have to show up, but you wouldn't have to pay any money either in cash or to a bondsman to get out. Last but certainly most importantly, you still have the right to a trial by judge or jury. Just because you're charged doesn't mean you're guilty. You have a right to a trial. Unless you're here on a probation violation, in which case you still have the right to a hearing to determine whether or not you actually violated your probation. So let me start off with Dwayne Montgomery. Mr. Montgomery, come on up. And Mr. Montgomery had charge of injury to a child, elderly or disabled, causing serious bodily injury or mental distress. It's warrant F21-144462. It is a 1716 or 1719. It means it's not a new case. It's an old case that you already paid a bondsman for once, but now your bondsman's taken your money, gone off your bond. And because of that, since it's a felony grade offense filed in the 462nd District Court, there is no bond currently. You have an attorney, Mr. Powers. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And hopefully Mr. Powers is over there right now trying to get the judge to set a bond for you. But until that bond confirmation comes through, and I'm hoping it gets done today, as I'm sure you are, then you would have to wait until they get that bond set. So without saying you agree with it or admit guilt, let me get your signature on that line, just saying you understand your rights, your charge, and your bond amount. And do you think that you can, well, you have your own attorney. So let's get your initials in the top box saying you're not asking for a court-appointed lawyer. All right, hopefully Mr. Powers will be able to get a bond set for you today so you don't have to hang out for New Year's Eve with us, okay? All right, thanks. Stanley Zielinski. Mr. Zielinski, it is a charge of criminal mischief over 750, but under 2,500, but it is not out of Denton County. It is a Collin County case. Collin County has indicated that there's a bond, but it's 5,000 cash only.
Already
Don't know
on
exactly,
bond.
huh?
They don't contact me to tell me. This is the second time I'm already on bond for it. Even the bondsman didn't even know that I had a court date either. I've been seeing them every week. I don't get this.
You've been seeing the bondsman every week?
Yes, I've been checking in with them every week.
You have an attorney on that case yet?
What's that?
Do you have an attorney?
No.
Yeah, typically the attorney would be moving the case along. So if you get bonded out, I would encourage you to try to get an attorney as quickly as you can. So you might be able to.
They've never given me any correspondence except issuing warrants.
Huh?
They haven't given me any correspondence except for issuing warrants from Collin County.
Well, that could be. I would still get an attorney to file a letter of representation. Then you have someone else who's
Yeah, I
responsible.
need a court-appointed attorney then.
Okay, so are you employed? Are you working anywhere?
I'm employed, but I can't afford a lawyer.
Okay, then let's get your signature on that line saying you understand you have a $5,000 cash bond, charge of criminal mischief, 750, 2,500. Again, doesn't mean you're guilty. In fact, it does look like an older case. Looks like it's in 2020, 0018502322020. So if you have someone who can bring you 5,000 in cash, you can get out today. Otherwise, we'll try to ask them for a court-appointed attorney. So let me get your initials in the bottom box. Right above your signature one says, I am indigent and asking for court-appointed counsel. We'll notify Collin County of your claim to be indigent, see if they can get you an attorney. In the meantime, if you can call friends and family and raise $5,000, that'd be another way. Okay.
Be able to even get there?
Huh?
Are they gonna come get me or something like?
They said they would come get you, and they have 10 days to come get you, although Dallas County, Collin County, Tarrant County, they're so close, they come usually faster than that, 2 or 3 times a week. Okay, thanks. Jose Mata.
Sorry, Judge, that's the one I forgot to take him off.
Whatever. Antonio Bland. Mr. Bland, in charge of driving while intoxicated, not a new case. It's an old case where your bondsman took your money and went off your bond. Good news is I only increased those bonds by $17.16. So it's a charge of driving while intoxicated with the bond at $5,017.16. Warrant MC 21-11322. So it is bondable. You can call the same bondsman if you want, although I wouldn't pay the same bondsman twice. No, he just talked to you about an extradition case?
Yes, sir. That's what I was saying. Today is the 10th day that they're supposed to come get me.
And to be honest, this screws everybody up.
Yeah, because I had made bond on it, and today is the 10th day. And I'm thinking they supposed to come get me. And now by being warned out of another count, another bondsman not gonna jump on. I know that. I just
No, and the fact that you haven't, probably what triggered it is since it's an out of state. Wow. Huh. Yeah, I don't know how to help you with that. That does seem awfully unfair because they took your money. You've been here for 10 days and then they do this to you?
So what is it?
Well, a bondsman has a right to go off bond if you're confirmed on warrant or arrested on another charge after bond. As unfair as it sounds. How much did you pay him?
I don't know what she actually paid him, but I know it's almost all of it. Almost all the 500.
And that also messes up our notification requirements for Arkansas, because now Arkansas won't come get you until we take care of our case.
Right, so.
No, you're not gonna get me to argue with you. I agree with you. It messes everyone up. It messes us up.
So I'm just sitting here because ain't nobody gonna take the bond.
No, you're right. And more important, Mr. Glenn, I wouldn't put any more money toward it until we get this resolved. I forget, what is that one out of Arkansas? What does it charge? It's a parole violation.
Oh, it's a parole violation.
They may, sometimes when they see there's another charge, they recall or they withdraw their hold, but I can't promise you that either.
They not.
Let's try to get you an attorney on this case, or did you already hire an attorney?
No, sir.
Let's try to get you a court-appointed attorney. They might be able to contact Arkansas. I can't guarantee they would, but they'll try to clear some of that up. So unfortunately, give me your signature on that line saying you understand that this case is active again. That is a rib. And then initials in the bottom box saying you need court-appointed counsel. Particularly, they know that you wouldn't be going to trial within the next 6 months.
I'm screwed.
Sorry about that, Antonio. Jeremy, right? Let's see, Mr. Wright, it is a charge of aggravated assault with deadly weapon, so it's a serious charge pending out of the 462nd District Court warrant F20 1374367. It is a no bond currently. It's not a new case. Matter of fact, it's a case that you wouldn't even have a trial right to because it is a probation violation, or more specifically, a MTAG, standing for motion to proceed adjudication of guilt. In other words, a deferred adjudication probation. Seriously, on an assault charge? Anyway. So you still have a right to a hearing to determine whether or not you violated some condition of your probation, but you're not entitled to a trial on the underlying charge. And currently you have no bond, but again, it doesn't mean you can't get bond set, but you would have to get your attorney to go see Judge Breeding to get bond set for you. So without saying you agree with it or admit guilt, let me get your signature on that line, just saying you understand your rights, your charge, and your bond amount. And then your initials in that, you need a court-appointed counsel, don't you?
Yes, sir.
Initials in that bottom box. Have we already gotten you an attorney on this case, or do you have an attorney in this case?
I had an attorney on this case, but she's not gonna get back on the case. I had Carolyn Simone.
Miss Simone's actually a good attorney. She's not exactly what I'd call real touchy-feely about stuff, but she's a good attorney. She takes care of business. For the time being, let's notify her. And if you want to request removal of counsel, you can, although it rarely happens. But so if you get me your initials and your signature, we'll get that started and see if we can get her over here to talk to you again. Okay?
Good.
Thanks.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Judge.
No, thank you. It's been wonderful. Hey, and y'all have a nice New Year's, right?
I'm gonna go book a flight on Southwest right now and miss out on my peanuts and pretzels.
I'm thinking they wish they could book a flight on Southwest. That whole thing has want to getaway flights has a whole new meaning for y'all. So, all right, just kidding with you, but I do hope that things go a little bit better. Hopefully, we'll get some of the stuff behind you, and the next year will be a better year for you. All right, thanks. Bye.